You are now entering the world of Musings of a Geek podcast network. Stay geeky, my friends.
Now this here is hard to swallow, but if you do, it's like hitting a lotto.
Testing. Look at my penis.
Talking to the fucking microphone.
Talking to the fucking microphone.
Tell me how pretty my purple veiny thing is.
I don't know if I want to do that.
It is pretty though, right? You just blink once if it's. Oh, yep, he blinked. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. That's me.
Look at it. Should I light some candles, dude? You don't gotta get yours out too. Oh yeah, yeah. There it is. Sword fight. Lube up. Listen up,
and
Bring on
the antibiotics.
it's time.
It's time for
What the fuck's the name of that show again?
How to do sweater?
What the hell does that even mean?
How do you feel about anal?
the program you are about to hear is long, thick, and hard to swallow. Consider yourself warned.
Holy shit.
Now, your host, J. Bidwell.
Thanks, Jesus. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Hard to Swallow. The only show more disgusting than your mom's C-section scars. I like those two.
My mother or everyone else?
The whole world.
Okay.
That's going to be weird if I ever get big off of this. Women are just going to be coming up. I heard that you like to lick C-section scars. Here you go. Be like, can't you sign your tit or something? No. I am your host, the ghost of Casey Kasem. No, I'm just kidding. Jay Bidwell, coming at you live. From where?
Walker, Michigan.
At the Hard to Swallow Podcast Studios. Today I am joined by...
Justin.
What up, playa?
Oh, not a whole lot. How you been?
Oh, good. Anything new and exciting in your world this week?
The week of Halloween.
Yeah. How was the Halloween party, sir?
It was a good party, but there were too many people there for my liking.
Oh, yeah, you're kind of an introvert.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't move. That's the thing. Like, there were so many
Did they
people.
tie you up or roofie you?
I hope not. No,
You want to be a pregnant nun? I'll show you a pregnant nun.
but,
I'm a man. I swear.
please don't.
I swear.
Not there.
It's not an oversized clit.
But, yeah, just a lot of people there, so it was really hard to move around no matter what you did. And that, like, if I'm going to be somewhere, I want to be able to actually move around without having to go outside and freeze my nads off kind of thing.
Was it an awkward group of people?
No.
Or was it people you actually knew?
I only knew a few of them. They were, like, people from work I knew, but for the most part, I didn't know anyone.
I take you as somebody who would panic if you walked into a party and only knew, like, two people. Is this fact?
I wouldn't, if I only knew.
You wouldn't go?
If there was no one there that I knew, I wouldn't go. Most likely. But the only reason I did go, I figured I'd know some people, which I did, but I'm not huge at branching out with other people because...
You knew them biblically? Yeah. Dick to dick? Oh, wait, that's anti-biblically, sorry.
Yeah, just a bit.
They frown upon that.
Yeah, they don't like sodomy all that much.
Is that the only way you celebrated Halloween?
I
Besides
do some
the
unspeakable
sacrificing
stuff.
of the cat? You know, that's an annual tradition, I know.
Yeah, pretty much.
I did the Bob thing this...
Oh, I remember. Yeah, you talked about that on one of your shows recently.
They basically showed up dressed like a zombie, and they threw me into a fucking cage on the dance floor. Which, so many fucking hot hoochie mamas. Slutty cops, slutty nurses, slutty sluts. Those were good. Those were some of my favorites.
You got a slutty slut? Holy shit.
That's a twofer. That's a horror squared. Oh, it was pretty. They're trying to, like, grind up on the fucking cage I was in. Like, oh, shit.
Let me out, please.
It was funny because I just watched an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. It was talking about the pant tent. Like, you know, you have the awkward cloth bunch.
Mm-hmm.
So these pants I was wearing, these jeans literally were like 2 sizes too big.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to have them covered in blood, so that's why I wore them.
Mm-hmm.
So it literally did look like I had a giant erection the entire time I was in there. So all these girls are grinding on me, and I heard one girl go, "The zombie has an erection."
The zombie has an erection.
It's a zomboner in that motherfucker.
Oh,
I almost burst into laughter. I was trying to stay to character. I'm like, oh, I'd totally bone you, bitch. If only my heart was beating. It's remember the South Park episode where the pink eye turns everybody into zombies?
I don't watch a whole lot of South Park.
Oh, it was one of the early ones. Chef turns into a zombie and he like rips his coat open like Thriller and shit. And he's like, I'm gonna make love even when I'm dead. My body might get cold, but it's always hot in my bed. Late love, don't you be afraid. Just 'cause my heart ain't beating don't mean you won't get laid.
That's catchy.
I really should have just sang that song in the cage all night. They're like, I don't get your 1998 South Park reference. I'm very sorry. But no, that was fucking fun to see all the little whores. One girl was trying to like climb up. She was like lifting the bottom of it. Let me come in there and dance with you. And I was like, do it. Fucking do it.
She goes in and you just like attack her. I'm a zombie, you dumb bitch. What'd you think I was gonna do?
I'm gonna start eating her pussy. I always said if I was the zombie, that's where I'd start. Nom, 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 nom.
Fuck brains.
Are you on your menstrual cycle? Because I'm quite hungry. Did I tell you about the nurse and doctor couple?
Mm-mm.
This guy was, I'm going to guess, 55 to 60 years old. And he was dancing with who I assume was his wife. Probably like a 35-year-old MILF-looking nurse.
Mm-hmm.
And they were there pretty early. The first 2 hours, there was maybe 10 people on the dance floor, you know, and everyone's kind of still sober and trying to loosen up. But they come out and immediately like make eye contact with me. And I was like, oh, you know, I'm doing my zombie shit. And as they drank more, they danced closer and closer. And they started doing things like he'd grab her tit and then like look at me like, you like that, zombie? And I was like, okay. And so the night goes on a little more and they have a few more drinks in it. He had these syringes in his pocket. And I assume they had some kind of alcohol in them. Because he'd pull it out and, like, shoot it in her mouth. And then it turned into, like, he'd pull it out and, like, slowly syringe it all over her tits in, like, slow motion. And making eye contact with me the entire time. Both of them in the cage. And I'm just going, I think they kind of want a three-way right now. Or this is just the weirdest foreplay for them. He'd, like, grab her her neckline and kind of like plunge it down so you can see part of her tit and stuff. I swear to God, I saw a nipple at least once. But then he started coming up and he had the syringe up to the cage and he was like, open your mouth. And I'm like, fuck no, dude. I do not want your roofie cocktail in that fucking syringe right now. They got weird, man. Like grinding on each other. He'd grab her ass and do the same thing with the bottom of her skirt and like kind of pull it up to her cheek. I was slightly aroused. And immensely creeped out. And I was the fucking zombie guy. I was supposed to be creeping them out.
You failed. You got them going. What the hell? You're not going back next year. They don't want you there anymore.
Dude, I couldn't understand it, man. You get your rocks off somehow, I guess. But she's probably like, yeah, the only way I'm going to fuck this 60-year-old dude is if there's another dude involved there, too.
Their costumes, it wouldn't surprise me with, like, the age difference. If one really was a doctor, the other one was a nurse.
I probably should have just done it. It would have been a much better story. Instead of, here's what I think was going to happen, it would have been like, dude, guess what happened? The only problem is the chick wanted to watch. No, please.
No.
What's in these syringes? Whatever it is, I don't think it's supposed to be taken anally. Yeah, it was fun, though. Lube up, listen up,
and
Bring on
the antibiotics.
It's time
for
No.
Say special.
No, but you know, I was
Say
just
short bus. Say short bus.
Would you ever think that you would hit the search button and there would be cocks showing up?
What were you searching?
Cocks?
Best piece? No.
Wait. Let me get this right. You're just trying to plug a bunch of shit in his bowl.
Don't miss Hard to Swallow with Jay Bidwell. Available exclusively at
jbidwell.com.
jbigwell.com.
Which one of you bitches are going to deep throat me?
I was at the Coney.
Mm-hmm.
Is it weird that this pissed me off? I'm sitting they have the bar area, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just had some food. It's probably, I'm going to guess 7 a.m. at this point because it was a night of drinking, going breakfast, chilling out. And these two guys are kind of talking at the end of the bar amongst themselves. And I hear one of the guys say, yeah, I'm really glad that I met you. I was feeling kind of tired. I was about to go home. But I know the Lord Jesus Christ wanted me to stay so that I could meet you. And I turned my head, and the other guy even kind of looked at him like, okay, this just took a weird turn. Even if you truly believe that, isn't that a weird fucking thing to say to somebody?
I wouldn't say it.
Or am I out of
personally.
line? Is it weird that it filled me with hate? Is that strange?
Well, I think it's a little odd that you got that
Like,
angry about
fucking-
it.
I
Like, I can
literally-
understand if you were annoyed, just being like, really? Like, I mean, there are people that believe, you know.
I literally
that-
was like, you are a fucking mental patient.
I know there are people that believe that kind of stuff, and I mean, if they do, whatever. But
To bring
I
that
do-
into the drunken 7 a.m. Coney meal, fuck you, dude.
I don't know. I would never say it personally, just because I think it could creep a lot of people out. Unless that guy was still really drunk and just didn't give a shit. I don't know, but
So it's not coincidence that he decided to stay and then had a chat with some stranger.
well, it's coincidence that he did it. It's
The Lord Jesus Christ made me stay here so that we could talk.
well, if something bad happens, you can't be like, oh, that definitely wasn't the Lord Jesus Christ's fault. Like, he didn't want me to get hurt; it just happened. Like, if you say, you know, the good stuff happened, the good stuff that happens to you is because of that, you can't turn around and say, oh, well, the bad stuff's not because of them either.
No, that's the devil. That's Beelzebub.
Satan.
My name is Satan. Stephen Lynch, look him up. I walk up, slap him in the face. No.
Just headbutt him, or take a squirt bottle and start spraying him with it.
He's crying into his waffles. Election day, did you go out?
I did not.
Were you good? You weren't a good doobie and did you vote? I didn't either.
Well, the thing is, I can't vote around here. I have to do it back home, and I didn't.
You never re-registered?
No. Well, I don't have the same. You need like a permanent address around here. I think you have to be living in a place for over a year, and I never know year to year where I'm going to be living exactly. And I mean, I did live at that one spot for the last 3 years, so I mean, I could have, but I didn't think I had enough to just get an absentee ballot. So, no, I didn't vote.
I didn't either. I slept and it was glorious. I tend to vote in the big, the midterms don't really excite me much, and I think that's probably what's wrong with us. But yeah.
Well, the people I would tend to vote for probably wouldn't win anyway. So, like, I mean, yeah, I understand every vote counts kind of
voting
thing.
for Slash? Slash for
Like,
what, mayor? Governor?
Like, a libertarian, like, people typically.
Oh, really?
I don't like to go with, like, the big parties because I don't believe that those two parties should be controlling everything like they do. Because it always bugs me when people are like, are you voting Democrat or Republican? And I'm like, you shouldn't be asking
I'm
that
voting
right
on
now.
the issues, dipshit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, one, it shouldn't be based on a party kind of thing. Because I know
Right.
that was one of the, like, Washington's big concerns, was it becoming what it is now. Party affiliated.
Wouldn't it be amazing if they could just take the straight vote off the ballot?
Mm-hmm.
And actually make people fucking read what they're voting on?
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be a good step forward.
Oh, I believe so. There's a lot of things they could do to change, like, to make the voting process better, I think. But will it ever happen? Probably not, until someone gets a bunch of people get really pissed.
How do you think you could get younger people out voting? Make it a digital app?
Promise them many virgins.
Make it a verification process over your phone where you gotta type in the little
If you could do
number?
it, like,
Wouldn't that be badass?
it'd be hard to do it this way without there being a lot of fraudulent votes.
Exactly.
But I think it would be nice to be able to do something more over the internet to where you don't have to, like, say, go out to a specific location.
Right.
Which I think would make a huge difference, but then there's always that fraud concern, which
I'm pretty convinced there's fraud anyway, so
oh yeah. Well, I imagine there's like dead people are probably voting.
we should have
every
Al
year.
Gore on talking about voters fraud. You motherfuckers!
He ends up just getting pissed drunk and just ranting for like 2 hours.
He's like, fuck the environment. Whoa. That's your whole thing. You invented the internet too, right? You take a quarter and you're like, this is the Florida dollar. Because you got to count it 4 times. These kids are like, what? Oh, yeah, you were born in 2000. Never mind.
So when that I think I was 9 or 10 when that happened, but I do remember the long process it was, because like the election happened and it was like almost Christmas time. They were still recounting votes and stuff.
We got to give a nice shout out to 2 former guests of the show this week.
Mm-hmm.
Gave birth.
Oh, yeah.
To a very lovely little daughter, Liara Ann, Mad Poppy, and Jasmine. Congratulations. I suppose this is probably a good time to remind folks that if they want to take part in the program, there's several ways to do that. Can you name one?
Calling the number.
651-321-TWAT. Yeah. Sexy, sexy twat. You could do...
Twitter?
Maybe I should have got slit. That's even
Slit? I thought
651-321 cunt. Whoa. I thought that might have been a little harsh.
Yeah. I actually thought about why you didn't do that. I literally, 2 days ago, I was sitting
Your mom would be like, why does everybody keep calling me?
Oh, God. I was sitting at work the other day, afterward, and I actually thought, that's really surprising he didn't use that. I'm like, maybe he does have a slight filter.
Maybe it might have been taken. Because I remember I had to go through a few to find out what wasn't taken. Mm-hmm. That's why I ended up with the 321, because I couldn't find a 7-letter term that wasn't taken that was kind of dirty. But I was like, 321, that's easy to remember.
Oh, yeah.
It's a countdown to pussy. I put in a trumpet. He played that with his butt, folks. That was a sexy little butt trumpet.
Should hear me play Yankee Doodle.
Make sure you teach that one to Jasmine and Matt Poppy's little one.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Liara, would you like to play the butt trumpet?
That's just sick.
That's more like a 4 or 5-year-old thing. You got a few years.
Yeah.
You can make the baby Einstein instructional video for butt trumpets. No?
No, I don't. That doesn't sound. I don't have enough musical talent to do that.
Here's an interesting fact that I looked up this week that I was unaware of. So it's time for some book learning.
Yeehaw.
Should we do the... It's time for some book learning, Pa! Yuck!
Learn me well.
Hey, Justin, do you know what a cutaneous marginal pouch is?
That is a good question. I don't know.
I believe it's pronounced cutaneous marginal pouch. If I handed you a pen, I know you just draw a pussy, a sloppy pussy. Here's your cutaneous. There's a dinosaur shaped like a clit.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what that is. The first word's
I know you're a college boy. I looked this up because the other day I was petting a dog, and I was playing with his ear. You know how they have that weird little skin flappy? Cats have it, I think, too.
Mm-hmm.
Weird nonsensical little ear pouch. I looked it up.
Oh, that's what it is.
Cutaneous marginal pouch.
Don't
know what the fuck it's for, but I was like,
maybe it's like the appendix on a person.
I don't even smoke weed, and I still had. What does this ear pouch do?
Yeah, I never would have thought to look something like that up.
Could it be?
Could it be?
That was weak.
I know.
Could it be?
Could it be?
A new study from researchers at the University of Amsterdam have named the catchiest song of the last 70 years. What would your guess be?
Johnny Be Good.
Can you sing it for me?
Not off the top of my head.
Well, then it ain't that fucking catchy, is it?
Let's Chuck Berry.
I believe it was from 1996, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
I got it queued up here.
All right.
On the television. Any final guesses on what you think that they named as the catchiest song?
It's 96, so something I should know. No idea. I have no guesses. I can't think of what it would be.
All right. So I don't even know how long it's been since I heard this song. But when I start playing it, I think we should try to sing along.
If I know the words, I will try. Oh,
what
yeah.
I really, really want, so tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
What I really, really want.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna, really, really want to zig a zig. Ah. Can you believe that?
I
You
can't
knew
bel-
it. You knew it. You knew it, though.
I knew the song after it started
Once
playing.
it starts playing, you do know that song. You want to know an embarrassing fact about me?
Hmm.
That was the first CD I ever owned.
Really? I wouldn't have
I
guessed.
was in, I think, 6th grade, and I don't know fucking why, but I had the fucking Spice Girls, their first CD. University of Amsterdam have named Wanna Be by the Spice Girls as the catchiest song ever. To measure this, what do you suppose they did? How could you unbiasedly measure the catchiness of a song?
Probably the amount of downloads it's had from the time. Well, that's tough. Like they'd have to do probably an average, like say, like purchase or download of a song, and then, like obviously a song that's been around longer would have probably a more amount of downloads, but they'd probably have to have an average like per year maybe. That's the only I haven't a clue.
To measure this, the researchers developed a game. Because they're measuring catchiness, in quotes, it's not your typical name that tune type of arrangement. Instead, you hit a stop button the moment you recognize a song.
Oh, okay.
And the game tests your ability to sing the song after the music stops.
Okay, that makes sense.
They took 40 top songs from each decade over the past 70 years. Of the 12,000 people who played the game during the year-long study, the Spice Girls track was tops, recognized in an average of 2.29 seconds. And as you just seen, you recognized it probably that quick, too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I don't know how they'd be able to do, like, choosing, like, the people for that, because obviously someone, like, within our age bracket, they're not going to know a song from, like, they won't know that many songs from the 1950s unless it's something like, well, like late 50s, early 60s.
Well, movies help with that, too, though.
Yeah.
Even you knew that song from Back to the Future, not from the original release.
That's true. But I think that was like a 70s song or something like that. But
There was only one artist, they said, that made the list twice at top whatever. Lady Gaga. Probably
me.
Poker Face and something. Because I know Poker Face, everybody fucking knew that song.
Mm-hmm.
And I think ABBA was up there on the top, and there was another one that I can't remember. Of course, you got to take note that this study was done in the Spice Girls' homeland. So, is that make maybe a little more sense? Maybe.
Yeah, because I was gonna say there's it's a catchy song, like in like high recognizability, but there's got to be. It just surprises me that it wasn't a different song. Because
Get with me, better make it fast. Now don't go wasting my precious time.
And fuck my behind. No, that's how it goes.
I don't know.
That'd be hot if it was. They're like, fuck me in my asshole. You know you really want to do it. Like, oh my God. I'm in 6th grade. Like, what does this mean? I get a tingle. I get a tingle in my dangler.
Never felt that before.
The internet rumor mill is always giving us false information, as you know. There's I just seen the Macaulay Culkin death hoax today.
I checked a thing out on that today too.
Yep. So that every day it seems like you have to hit up Snopes or something and research whether a story is true anymore. The other day I read NASA has announced 3 to 6 days of pitch black darkness, and the rumor started from an article that was written by Hustlers.com. Not Hustlers. That site I enjoy. This is HUTZLERS.com. And the article stated, NASA has confirmed that the Earth will experience 6 days of almost complete darkness and will happen from the dates Tuesday the 16th to Monday the 22nd in December. The world will remain during these 3 days without sunlight due to a solar storm, which will cause dust and space debris to become plentiful and block 90% of sunlight. This story spread like wildfire across the internet. Is that a story that you could read and maybe like, oh, that could be plausible, I suppose? We don't know shit about
I don't know anything
space.
about that, yeah. I would doubt it if I read something like that. That seems like a very long time considering, like, there would be no, like, say, like an asteroid impact where, like, dust would fly up and block out the sun that way. Because if it was just something like a comet going by and solar storms, I doubt it. Like, that just doesn't seem to make sense to me at all.
Well, how does it work in Alaska? Do they actually get 30 days of darkness?
It's something like that. I don't
how
know
often does that occur?
I think it's every year. I don't know, though.
Once a year?
I think. Don't quote me on it, but
Right.
I'm
not
assuming.
sure either. I'm asking.
Because it's just got something to do with the tilt of the earth and that kind of thing.
I
Like,
just know that for 30 days of darkness, they're attacked by vampires, right?
Yeah.
Josh Hartnett's there.
Mm-hmm.
He really should relocate because that seems dangerous.
Oh, definitely.
Of course, the NASA Earth Observatory website totally disavowed the hoax, saying you people need to fucking educate yourselves on what you're reading. It's hard. It's hard just doing the show research anymore because I come across so much shit that is just bull, and you're like, oh, I don't want to be out there perpetuating these fucking hoaxes.
Oh, exactly.
I could have totally read that one article, came on here this mic today and said, Macaulay Culkin died last night, found dead in his apartment, da, 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 you know, and people would be like, you're a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm. That would completely discredit your show.
Yeah. Well, there's not much credit to the show.
Oh, well.
We're a bunch of fucking idiots. I don't know how much credit you get just blasting the Spice Girls. I really, really want, so tell me what you want, what you really, really. I want to pause that. That's what I want. I really, really, really want to pause that shit.
This is like, I want to say I was like in 8th grade, and I don't know how this story happened, but it got put up on Yahoo, so someone must have been able to get into the site and put it on there. But they actually put on there how North Korea blew up the moon.
What?
It got put up on Yahoo, I believe. And it didn't last for very long. Like, they caught it and got it down real quick. But I remember I was talking to someone on like Instant Messenger, and they said, oh, North Korea blew up the moon. I'm like, oh, bullshit. So I get up, I go outside just because I felt like I should check that out. Obviously, there's no moon in the sky, and I'm like, okay, well, that'd be like headline news for one. So
There's no moon in the sky, so it must have blown up.
Well, so I just checked the calendar. I'm like, it's a new moon. People are just stupid.
Pull down my pants. Here's your moon, bitch. Fucking missile comes flying across the ocean. Right up your rectum.
Oh, boy.
Damn near killed him. I know. I know that you were really looking forward to this, though. 6 Days of Darkness. It's much easier for you to rub up against people in the park that way.
God.
But it's not going to happen. So don't try it.
All right.
You're going to be out there at fucking midnight on the, what was it, 16th, was it?
Just waiting.
Come on!
In the middle of doing this, and the sun starts coming up. What the fuck? This isn't supposed to be happening.
Where are you, Elenin? I need you to block out the fucking sun.
The internet's lied. It can't do that.
Yeah, there's so many child molesters who are upset. It's our time to shine, boys! Or not shine, I guess, as it were. There's another story I read, and they were all very vague. I'm not going to read it because I believe that it's 100% true. I'm going to read it because I kind of want to get your take. Okay? They say that in India, a man who was furious over the alleged rape of his 14-year-old daughter by a 45-year-old married man invited the man to his house, fed him dinner, and then attacked and tortured him to death. He then went to the police station, surrendered himself, and gave police a detailed account on how he tortured and murdered the man. The 36-year-old reportedly burned his genitals with hot tongs and then strangled him to death. Now, the stories I read, there was like 3 articles about it, all very vague and kind of pointed to India papers that I can't read because I don't fucking read that language. I don't even know what language it is. That one, right?
Sure.
So I want to ask you, though, if this were to happen to your daughter, is this out of line? Yeah, I'm getting deep on you now.
Yeah. Well, and something like that, I mean, I'd like to be able to sit back and say, you shouldn't do that no matter what, but it is your kid. They just, assuming this did happen, if someone's violating one of your kids, you're going to go, I know, a lot of people are going to go straight up crazy, you would think. Like, they wouldn't be able to sit back and just be like, okay, I'll report this to the cops, let them take care of it. I mean, these are your kids for crying out loud. Most people, I guarantee, like, their first thought would be, I'm going to get even with this SOB. I know who he is. Mm-hmm. I know what happened, so I'm going to take care of it.
So personally, what is prison enough for a child molester?
If you say, from what I understand, child molestation in prison, it's a lot of like the prisoners.
Get it tenfold.
Yeah, a lot of the prisoners they see from what I've heard. I don't know this, but they have like somewhat of an honor code. Like you steal something, you murder someone. That's one thing. Like, I'm not saying I think this way, but you steal something, you murder, that's how you end up in prison. Some people are like, okay, that's just a way of life. But if you're going out of your way to like touch a kid, do anything to a kid or someone within a certain age range, I guarantee you some of those prisoners are going to be like, you know what, we're going to fuck this guy up.
I just seen a story not too long ago. And again, I don't know if it was true, but it was a good read, let me tell you. And there was a photo of this guy apparently after the incident, where he was a child molester. He was locked away, and the prisoners apparently took it upon themselves to cut him in several locations and fuck the holes. Holes in his stomach, holes in his neck, holes in his arms, and they fucked him.
Okay.
And the picture of this guy, his soul was dead. The gang raping of his armpit and his nostril, God only knows, just destroyed him from within. And I got a gleeful glint in my eye upon seeing it. So is that too harsh? If I sliced 27 holes in you and fucked them with 27 different dicks, is that too harsh of a punishment?
I don't think it's right to be doing that, but...
You're like, did I finish?
No,
I hope
that's a tough call. It really is, because
I just picture his wounds like dripping cum and shit afterwards. Like, oh God!
Like if someone does something like extremely heinous, like the whole rape and whatnot, like I can understand people looking at it and being like, oh, we're gonna put this guy this person in their place, show them, this is what it's like to be helpless when this is happening to you, and I think the best way to punish a crime is to put that person in the shoes of their victim, to know exactly like the fear and the pain, humiliation it would feel like to do that. If it's like a rape thing, obviously if it's murder, it's a little tough to do without actually killing them. But like that, to me, killing them a lot of the time isn't like punishment so much, because just like
that's
it ends their life. Yeah, it ends their life. So
it's weird to think though too, like how long do you suppose it took in the evolution of mankind for rape to be shunned upon?
I don't know.
I mean,
I imagine like once people started living in close quarters with each other, like cities are starting to become more prevalent, like you would have to have some sort of law and order. And obviously, you don't want people leaving.
Dick forced upon you.
Yeah, you don't want people leaving either, because they will pay for say goods, services, that kind of thing. So you don't want them leaving your cities because you're losing money that way. So obviously, you want to make sure people feel safe while they are there. So they would have to find some way to be like, all right, you do this, this, and this, you will be punished. A lot probably just depends on the parts of the world that you're in and whatnot, because it's all a lot of it's cultural.
Because for God knows how long it went. You woman, me fuck you whether you like it or not.
Exactly.
I hit you with fucking stick. Rape you silly. You give birth to a child, I eat it.
Yeah, that's a tough one, because I mean, I know women were viewed as property basically for the longest time. So I really don't know when that would have started. A lot just depended on where you were in the world at that time, and because if a woman was considered an adulterer kind of thing, you'd hear people getting, like, it happens still now. Like, not even an adult, or just, like, say, going outside without, like, having certain parts of you covered up.
Well,
you
even
speak
now,
out when you're not supposed to.
yeah.
They're gonna go after you.
You hear
So I don't
horror
know.
stories of women living in, Muslim countries or whatever the fuck, and they can't even show their face.
And it's like that in other parts of the world too. Not to, like, you don't want to, like, just be like just the Muslims.
No,
do
I'm
it,
super
but-
racist toward them.
Okay, well,
Especially if they don't finish flight school.
oh god, that's terrible.
Then I'm really gonna single you out. No, but I mean, do you think that for those women, there is a rape charge to file?
Probably not.
Like, if someone rapes you, you got raped. Like, yeah, that's what happens. That's your punishment for being a woman.
Yeah, because I know a lot of the time, like, you'll hear the expression, "You had it coming because you did this, this, and this," and like, I mean, you even see that in society now. They don't look at, like, in a society here, like, if someone gets raped, a lot of the time they'll just be like, "Oh, well, you were wearing this, so it's not the guy's fault that you were turning him on, that he can't control it. You shouldn't have been wearing that," kind of thing.
What if I had raped that nurse-doctor pair at the fucking Halloween party? Would they have had it coming?
Obviously not.
They were leading me on, showing me her tits and her ass and shit.
Well, no does mean no.
Yeah, but chloroform makes it so you can't say no. What does this mean?
2 gargles is definitely a no. Anything more than 2 gargles is definitely a no.
I think if they're bleeding from the penetration, probably a no too.
Yeah, I think so.
So, I think you could fuck up a child molester pretty good. I think there's something mentally fucking destroyed in you when you get joy from taking the innocence of a human like that.
Definitely.
And it's weird, but there are people out there who see a 7-year-old and they go, "Yeah, I need that."
Sick shit. That's all I gotta say. Like,
I say fuck him up real good. Keep fucking him in the armpit. I don't give a shit. It's hard to say because I don't have children, but I can only imagine what I would be capable of.
well, because you want to protect your kids, you don't want them ever, like, be in that situation where they're completely helpless. Whether they're, like, 5 or 20-something, I mean, doesn't really matter. Your kid's your kid.
Is it fucked up that I kind of hope that story's true? Like, not because I want the young girl to have been raped, but because it's nice to see kind of a flawed, quirky justice for this man, if it was true.
I can see where you would look at it as, like, that's justice being served. Whether, like, it's really tough for me to say one way or the other, but I see where you're coming from with.
I hope when he took the heated tongs to his genitals, he had some cool, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger-esque catchphrase. Like, "Revenge is a dish best served hot." Like, ah!
That's like a Star Trek thing. Just throwing that out there.
Is it?
Yeah, that was from Wrath of
fucking
Khan.
Trekkie? What did he
That was
do
from
to-
Wrath of Khan.
What did he do to Khan? What was Khan's wrath?
I guess Kirk left Khan stranded somewhere with his crew and just basically left them all for dead. And then Khan gets back and he was saying how he wanted his revenge, but he obviously wasn't going to do it early, so he let time go by. And then when he finally got his chance, that's why he was saying, revenge is best served cold.
Oh, I thought wrath was that cute little pine ring thing you hang on your door at Christmas time.
Close.
The Wreath of Khan would not have been so successful. God, that'd have been a boring movie.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it pretty, guys? Yes, Khan. It's great.
It's great.
Fucking love it. I love your Wreath, Khan. That's my Shatner.
Khan!
So I got your take on that punishment. Now, I found another article, and apparently this happened a while ago, but it's now a news story again, the end of October, because the man who was arrested was now found not mentally fit to sit in a trial. And he dug up many, many children from the age of 3 to 12, I believe they said. And he was 47, and he would turn them into human dolls. He would mummify them, paint them in lipstick, put the makeup on, dress them, and have fucking tea parties and hang out with them. And he'd learn about these girls, their lives, what they were into. He would go to their grave sites where he had taken the bodies and leave them notes as if they were still alive. Like, oh, I hope your first day of 5th grade was cool. And it would be on the day that kid's school went back into session. Weird shit like that. Happy birthday cards. And
yeah, that's really fucked up.
like I said, the man was 47. He lived with his 2 elderly parents who, I guess, just thought that he was making dolls, not human remain dolls. But the story is just come up again because they were like, finally, we know that you're not mentally sane. Something is wrong with you. Now, he didn't kill any of these girls. That's important to note. How would you handle a man like that? What kind of punishment should he serve? Should it be a punishment? Should it be help? Should you be trying to help this man? Do you lock him in a room? Like, does he deserve to die? Like, what happens to somebody who does this?
That's a tough call because if they're not found, mentally sane or mentally competent enough to where they could stand trial.
And how often do you think that's faked? I think you could probably play crazy pretty well.
You could. You can always look back at them over the last say 4 or 5 years and just kind of talk to people that maybe they knew and just get their take on it, because unless they've been faking it for years, then a lot of the time if they're trying to fake it, then they're just going to be trying to do it for a short period of time just so they can get off on it.
Now, another important thing to note is that he was not using these girls sexually. So it wasn't a sexual deviancy thing. It was, he made a comment that was really kind of creepy. He said, I can't find the exact quote, but he said, "You left them in the cold. I brought them in." Basically, you abandoned them, and I saved them. Is that pure crazy?
Obviously, the guy thinks he's some kind of martyr or something.
The unfortunate thing for the family that the interview is with, for 9 years, he had their daughter, and they did not know that her body was gone. But they were the ones finding these notes. It wasn't until the parents finally discovered one day what was going on, alerted the authorities, and they began to basically dig up local graves of children. There's some horrific pictures on here. This is a story from Daily Mail. If you Google, the headline is, "Body snatcher dug up my little girl's murdered body, mummified her corpse, and taunted me for 10 years." And the girl in question here had been murdered already. So that's got to be horrific for the family. Your daughter was already murdered. And then to have her body dug up and displayed in such a weird, fucked up. He says, so he has a grasp of death apparently, because he says, "I was waiting for science to find a way where these girls could live again. I wanted to be an expert in making mummies so that I could communicate with these girls." He would lay on their grave and try to communicate with them, speak to them. And he said that, "I never took any girl who didn't want me to." How disturbing is that?
Just a bit.
He said they asked me to take.
So where is he right now?
He is in a mental facility.
Yeah, that's about the only thing I could think of to really do for him. Just send him to a facility and maybe if some certain medications might help him. I don't know. Well,
He's locked up without any foreseeable release at this point. If he truly is sick and thinks he's helping, does that make him a horrible person? I mean, look at the things that are carried out in the name of religion. This is just a very personal form of religion, I think.
I mean, it's like dealing with a child that doesn't understand something. You don't want to punish them for it, but at the same time, if it is something that's that, like, disturbing, that's...
So you think this guy laid down on the grave and he said, tell me what you want? What you really, really want?
Okay.
Friendship never ends.
You don't think that's how it went?
I somehow doubt it.
Oh, you're going to hell.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where I couldn't make a judgment call on it. Like, what they're doing now is probably what I would end up saying would have to be done because, I mean, you don't want to put them in like a regular prison or something for doing something like that or jail or whatever because you know something's going to happen to him there. Whether or not, like, if it's one of those things where he really is just mentally off, like, that's basically torturing a guy.
So what would change it for you? Would he have to have murdered the girls or raped the corpses?
If his intent was to torture the parents by leaving those notes, then I definitely think, this guy's got some kind of mental capacity to where he knows what he's doing. He knows he's hurting someone. He's taunting them at this point. But if it was just a legitimate, like, psychosis thing where he's like...
He did leave one note that said, you need to build her a memorial that she deserves. And the parents were creeped out, and they got her a new headstone, and he took an axe to it.
Okay, that seems a little out there. Like, I don't even know what to say to that. Like, it
That's fucking bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. On to happier news.
Yeah.
I think I brought the room down.
Mm-hmm.
Even Killian's in there going, oh.
Shows him trying to, like, hang himself or something. Just...
Where's his leash? Oh, God! I should have named you Robin Williams. Titus. Christopher Titus. You like him? I love Christopher Titus. We listened to him on the way to that prison movie, I believe, in the car, some of him.
Okay.
He's coming to Grand Rapids, I believe, in January. I'm totally fucking going. This was crazy to me. VIP tickets only like $35.
Very nice.
Oh, and I think it was the Wealthy Theater, which is a nice place.
Okay. Never
$35 for VIP though, for a really great comedian. Even like Norm Macdonald and Artie Lang were in Royal Oak over the summer, and I kind of wanted to go see him, but you got to drive all the way to Royal Oak. And they were something like $85 or $100, and they haven't even done shit in
years.
10 years. Yeah. So
what was it? Was it Screwed and doing a couple other small movies like that? Well, not small movies,
Screwed,
but
yeah.
Because that was the last
Dirty
movie.
Work.
Yeah. Besides bit parts and whatnot,
Artie Lang's been in and out of rehab, so he just finally did a new stand-up special. I saw on Comedy Central. Norm does like a weekly. It's like a vidcast.
Okay.
What we're doing, but with cameras, and it's really not that great. I used to love Norm Macdonald, but I just feel like his comedy got super lazy. So that's why I was like, I can't do $85 to go. No.
Go see, then drive 3 hours for something you might not really enjoy.
Maybe
all that
in
much
your
anyway.
prime,
Yeah.
Norm, but no. So yeah, if you're in Grand Rapids, Christopher Titus will be probably a fucking awesome show. And if you are even not in Grand Rapids, you've never seen Christopher Titus' stand-up or his brilliant sitcom that was on. Did you ever watch that, Titus? Oh, God. Stacy Keach was phenomenal. That's his father on that show.
Okay.
So look it up. I definitely am going to be going to see him as long as I don't sell out before I get to it.
If I'm in the area, I'll probably join you.
Mad Poppy is going to go too, so.
Oh, all right.
He's a big Titus fan. I made him watch like the first episode, and he watched the whole series. All 3 seasons. He's like, yep. Ideas for shows coming up. I want to know if these are good. A serial killer research show. As you can tell by the last couple topics, I'm kind of fascinated by. With the amount of time that I spend reading about serial killers, you would literally think that I have bodies in my attic. Don't fucking go near my attic.
You have an attic?
What do you think happened to the Spice Girls? That's where they are now.
Oh, okay.
And I go up there and I lay it by the door and I say, tell me what you want.
Now you know how I feel.
You are disgraced right now. You're like, why am I here?
I should just leave.
So let me know on Twitter, folks, if you want to hear a serial killer show. Also, idea I have, just because I think it would be a fun challenge, because of my potty mouth, a PG-rated episode. Something that I could
You couldn't
market.
do it. You couldn't do it.
You don't think so?
I don't think you could.
Well, even though, we record, I edit.
That's true.
I could make it a PG episode, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I think it would be a fun challenge. We'd have to make it into like a drinking game or something. So we'd look up the guidelines of like PG movies, and we'd have to follow that. Say we get 3 or 4 of us in the room. I think that could be interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Because if every time I got to bleep something, you got to drink. You game?
I'd do it, yeah. I can do it without swearing and all that.
Yeah, you're a fucking good kid.
Nah.
Damn it. So, if you think that's a good idea, let me know on Twitter. Also, comedy roast.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get, 5, 6, 7 of the regulars in here. Fucking hit the mic up. Do a little bit of a comedy act, making fun of everybody else. Hard to swallow roast. What do you think?
I like the sounds of that. I'm too nice, though. I don't know if I'd be able to make fun of people too easily.
I've seen you be pretty dark sometimes.
Yeah, it depends on my mood, but yeah.
Yeah. I think that could work. Let me know on Twitter. Hard to swallow roast. If you're funny in conversation, that's one thing, but people are always like, you should do stand-up. And I'm like, no, I'm an insult comic. Like, I have to make fun of you to be funny.
Exactly.
And then somebody else has to hear it and think that it was funny.
There's got to be some banter and whatnot in
Right.
there. You can't just stand up there and be like, say things that are funny. I know I couldn't do it.
And what we kind of dabbled in here tonight, a karaoke episode.
As long as it's not the Spice Girls, hey, I'm for it.
Well, one of the bars down here, they do karaoke roulette.
Mm.
So
That'd be interesting.
you if you want to sing, you got to put in a song, and then when it's your turn, though, you're just drawing a song out of the bucket.
Do your worst, I guess.
We could probably take that list of most recognizable songs and put the top 10 in there or something.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because they're songs most people at least kind of have heard of.
Let me know, everybody. Serial killer show, PG show, comedy roast show, karaoke. Let me know which one you want to hear the most, and we'll maybe go from there. Because I think it's time to switch some shit up.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So yeah, take to Twitter and tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Say goodnight, buddy.
Good night.
Thanks,
everyone.
everybody. Go fuck something as long as it's not a corpse.
Amen.
You are now leading the world of Musings of a Geek podcast network. Stay geeky, my friends.